Although it may not seem like it, a narcissist discarding you when they are finished with you is much less disturbing than the alternative. Sometimes, for a variety of reasons that we will get into today, a narcissist will actually choose to continue tormenting you instead of moving on. But what reason would they have to keep you around? And what factors go into making that choice? By the end of this video, you'll learn everything there is to know about the dreaded narcissist discard stage, as well as what goes through their head during it too. Number 10. You tell them what they want to hear. For most of us, having someone to trust and whose opinion carries weight can mean a great deal. Having an honest person in your corner is definitely a valuable asset, but it's not why narcissists keep you around. No, a narcissist isn't all that open to criticism, as they don't think anyone but themselves should have a say. If a narcissist forgoes the discard with you, it probably means that you don't challenge them and tend to keep your thoughts to yourself. If you have a habit of forming superficial friendships with people or just don't open up all that easily, you are the perfect target for a narcissist to latch onto. Number 9. You are too fun to leave alone. The reason why narcissists can make people uncomfortable is that they don't have the ability to feel empathy. Narcissists also don't usually have much ability to self-reflect, so their decisions don't really make that much sense to the rest of us. Sometimes these decisions can be outright cruel, in fact, and it's part of the reason why these kinds of situations can turn toxic fast. Because narcissists constantly seek external validation, they can find the reactions of the person they latch onto very entertaining. Making you mad, poking your buttons, or playing mean practical jokes on you are all things you might experience because the narcissist likes your reaction to them. Sometimes, if the person is particularly reactive, a narcissist may even decide against discarding you because they enjoy it so much. Number 8. They think you are still useful to them. When the writing's on the wall that a friendship is ending, often the best thing to do for both parties is to just move on. If you are caught in an abusive situation with a narcissistic person, you may be hoping that things could be that easy, but these kinds of people don't usually go away that easy. If a narcissist believes that you still have some kind of power they can use, they may try to keep in contact with you. When a narcissist does this, it's usually referred to as hoovering, and it essentially means that they think they can string you along for a little longer before getting rid of you for good. People with connections, money, or some kind of social value are particularly interesting to these superficial individuals, and their behavior may start to become increasingly odd as they desperately try to hang on to you. Number 7. They've spent too much time and effort to give up yet. If you are being particularly difficult in the eyes of a narcissist, you may have unintentionally interested them more. Narcissists believe that they are the smartest person in the room at all times, and they also feel a constant need to be on people's good side. While most of the time a narcissist will choose an insecure person as their target, they also want to be around people they feel are interesting or different. If you have been rejecting their attempts to spend time with you, or if you have purposefully avoided falling into their little games, you may become extremely interesting to them. At this point, the narcissist may decide that they have sunk too much time and effort into you to give up, and will instead try new ways to manipulate and isolate you. Number 6. They don't have a steady supply of attention just yet. A narcissist discard usually means that the person is completely done with the person they were manipulating, but a narcissist isn't going to just decide out of the blue that things are over. Usually, when a narcissist decides to move on, it's because they have found another person who they find more interesting or who gives them the kind of reaction they're looking for. It may seem a little cruel to consider, but as far as the narcissist is concerned, the people in their lives are just ways for them to get the attention they desperately need. If a narcissist is keeping a person around but doesn't seem interested anymore, it could mean that they are still there simply because they haven't found a new source of attention just yet or are waiting for a more reliable option. By the way, make sure to subscribe if you've learned something new today. Number 5. You are just one of many. One of the scariest realizations for a person caught in the cycle of narcissism is that they aren't even the only one being hurt. Narcissists can sometimes stick to a single individual at a time, but for the most part, they are not the pickiest about who they choose. Narcissists in a romantic relationship are pretty likely to cheat, and they also may throw it in your face when you begin to get on their nerves. Narcissists are looking for instant gratification, which is why they don't usually make for the most stable of partners. In a workplace or friendship situation, narcissists can be extremely fickle, and may even try to get other people to fight over who gets their attention. Number 4. They know you're too weak to leave. A narcissist is very good at reading a person on a superficial level, but they tend to struggle when it comes to nuanced emotions and motivations. As a result, these people may feel like they really know what's going through a person's mind, but in reality, they don't have a clue. Like we said a little earlier, narcissists try to go for people they do not think believe in themselves. If they've decided that you won't stand up to them, they could be more likely to stay in your life. Once they've come to this conclusion, you may notice them trying to get you to fight for their attention and almost threatening you to leave. Number 3, they are more reliant on you than you think. One of the most sinister reasons why a narcissist might want to hang on to you is if they don't have anywhere else to go. Narcissists tend to be awful at relationships once people know their true nature, which is why they usually hop from job to job and friend group to friend group. People just don't want to put up with someone who is two-faced or untrustworthy, and that can sometimes put the narcissist in a tricky situation. If they need a place to stay, or if they don't want to downgrade, they may cling on to you to keep up appearances. Often, the partner actually providing will have no idea that the narcissist really can't afford what they're getting either, since the narcissist will usually lie and exaggerate in order to make themselves seem successful. In reality, narcissists aren't always the most successful people in the world, and they are not above using you for a place to stay or to make ends meet for a while. Don't expect them to appreciate what you're providing them with either, however, as once they find something they want more, they will be gone in an instant. Number 2, they think you're out of their league. A narcissist will never admit this, of course, but it's entirely possible that they don't think they can do any better than you. When a narcissist gets attached to someone, it means that in some way you are making them look better than they would without you. This isn't exactly a compliment, obviously, as they are both unappreciative as well as manipulative. But in their eyes, you might be quite a catch. Narcissists don't really have the capacity to understand that you may be better than them, but they may see you as the best option available right now. If that's the case, they will make sure to hold on to you and most likely take advantage of your best assets for their own selfish gain. Narcissists are always looking to level up, so it's not often that this sort of respect lasts long. But it's not uncommon for a narcissist to hold on to a relationship with a person because they think they're the best possible option at that point in time. Number 1, you don't have anyone to prevent their gaslighting. Probably the most common reason, as well as potentially the most disturbing, that a narcissist will refuse to discard you, is that you don't have anyone to intervene on your behalf. Narcissists will often target people without strong parental figures or siblings in order to make it easier to isolate them later. The easiest way to stop someone from gaslighting you is to hear it from someone else, so a lonely person or someone willing to leave their friends and family behind is a perfect pick for the narcissist. With them out of the picture, the narcissist can control you without having to worry about outsider interference, and it's much easier to keep you contained. People that are susceptible to a narcissist's attention can struggle to even know what's going on before it's too late, and it can be really hard to get out of this sort of cycle. And if you like this video, then check out these related videos to see more. And make sure to like this video to let the algorithm know you'd like to see more videos like these.